Okay. Alright, I want to say a quick hello. Welcome, okay. This is a very simple little video here. Martial arts video, Kung Fu video, okay. In today's video, I'm not going to be giving you a lot. I'm not going to be making this a really deep lesson, trying to explain, so much. But it is a lot. It's like take your finger, for example. How many atoms and cells are in that? You know what I mean? It's like there's a universe to every. It's the universe of the quark. If you go into the quantum field. But let's just get to the point, okay? I'm going to be sharing a lot, but these are simple, small concepts. Okay, there's a lot you can take from these small concepts, is what I'm trying to say. We're going to be looking at some hand positioning, okay, in combat and in training when you practice Kung Fu techniques. My main background, as I say, is in Kung Fu systems. I have trained karate and kickboxing too, but I've trained a number of different Kung Fu systems. And one of the main styles that I favour, one that I really love, is Wing Chun, okay, which is Yong Chun in Mandarin Chinese. Okay. So Wing Chun's a great art. I also like the crane and tiger systems, which I learned when I was learning my animal styles, like 5 animal Kung Fu. That was really good training, similar. And you find similarities in certain movements in those, and also with Tai Chi as well, a little bit. But anyway, let's just look at this. So I want to say, what kind of guards do we have? Guarding. We're talking about guarding, okay? Whether you're going to guard and then throw a strike back, I'm just going to show you these movements. I've just woken up. I just got out of my bed. I'm not warmed up. I'm not like ready to go, full on, showing you some crazy fight moves. No. Okay, I'm just showing you simple principles, and these are very, very important. You must have this relaxed feeling in you. You have to have the power. You have to have the power and the relaxedness, the hard and soft. This is the yin and the yang, okay, of the Tao. So the Tao must be there in all of your Kung Fu training. Everything you do in your life, there must be listening more than talking. You have to listen and understand the ground you're standing on, Okay, so, if the tree did not understand the nature around it, it could not stand strong. The tree stands strong on the mountain tops or wherever, okay, on ground sometimes which is not straight, but it roots itself in there, and that's how it grows, because it's able to put itself in the right position and grow itself in the right position, not run to the right position when it needs to, which is too late. It's always in the right position because it's growing from the constant time and space, energy, matter of positioning phenomena, right? It's going up towards the sunlight and all of the other forces, temperatures or whatever it is around it that's making it grow, and it's going with that, Now, excuse me, Kung Fu training is like a journey, it's a lifelong journey. It's like a train ride, a train or a bus ride also, You could say like your life journey as well, but it's like a train ride, So it's like there must be movement, to each point. If there is no movement, then you cannot have the points, meaning like the train stations, right? If there's no movement, you know, then you must have that movement to get to each point, right? There's no movement, there's no point. There's no point also. And if there's no point, then there's no movement. You see, like if there's no train station, then why would you be moving? Why would you be on this train? You see what I'm saying? Okay. So we need to understand in Kung Fu. I'm saying these words Kung Fu. Okay, you got Kung Fu and Kung Fu. When I say Kung Fu, I say the whole art of the martial arts, the movement, the fighting movement, the skill of the moves. The Kung Fu is all of this is Kung Fu. Okay, but what I'm saying is, it's like that's like the hard work and the effort and the power you train and all of that. You know, Kung Fu. I'm saying Kung Fu as in this art, these martial arts, this wushu, these skills. Basically, there's positioning and movement. There's positioning and movement. If there's no movement, how are you going to get? If you don't move, how are you going to get to the next position? Yeah? And if you don't move again, how are you going to get to the next position? And if you don't move again, how are you going to get to the next position? So one technique, no matter if it's a small technique or a big technique, it doesn't matter. If you don't move from this station to that station, from Green Park to Big Mountain, then you're not gonna get to those places if you don't move. Now, how are you gonna move? How can you move from here to there if you've got no power? First, every station must be established on the map. If you don't know the places where you're going, then you can't move, right? So what I'm saying is we do different exercises. I'm not doing it in this video. I've just woken up. But I'm just saying we do different exercises that train different parts of your body, and also in different positions. Like, let's say, if you think of a clock or a sphere, let's say a clock. Just keep it simple. It's a circle. We have a 3D sphere. But let's just say a clock, a flat clock face. You have 12, 3, 6, and 9, right? But also you have minutes in between those. But you have to at least establish those first. You know, if I say I'm going to get from one end of the wilderness or the Amazon or the wilderness, I'm going to come from here and I'm going to go to that mountain in the distance. It's pretty simple, right? It's like, say, from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock, right? Straight. But what about between? There are valleys, there are forests, different parts of the forest. There's drops, maybe big cliff drops and all kinds of things, and rivers and all kinds of challenges. I'm like, how? So I have to navigate from here to there, to here, to there, to there, to there, to there, to there, bit by bit, till I get to the mountain. So these are like mini, what do you call it, milestones, small milestones. Well, you got big and small milestones, right? So we have to understand the position, and we have to work towards these mini goals, these positions. But in this video, I'm not even talking really about the Kung Fu, which is very important to practice. I'm not talking about the training, the exercise. I'm not talking about all that, okay? You do that anyway. You should do it every day. But what I'm trying to say is the positioning of the hands, the positioning of the body, the movement from one position to another position. And we must understand these points if we are to adapt, or if we are to flow, if we are to know how to travel. So for one position of putting your hand here, or putting your hand here, my wrist, in my mind I'm seeing little points in my mind's eye. I'm seeing little points all around me, like here. So okay, here someone's going to throw a swing punch, but I'm not seeing the arm or the intent of someone striking. I'm just seeing target points, and knowing where to place my hands and my feet, my knees and elbows. So basically, I have my wrist or my hand if I'm striking, don't forget. But as I said, in Kung Fu, it's mostly about listening. You need to listen. Yeah? So You know where the door is when the automatic doors are opening and closing. Oh, they're open now. I can walk through. You see, it's not like the doors are closed. I'm still going to keep hitting. I'm still going to walk into the automatic closed doors, and the security guard taps me on the shoulder. That's like I'm punching towards someone's closed guard, and then he hits me in the face because I wasn't listening. I have to pay attention to his positioning. If I can see each position more clearly of his movement, then I know how he is moving, how he is animated per se. In each instance of him, throughout the journey of his movement coming to bust my jaw. So you need to train slowly, and then you need to pick up the speed and get faster and train with people for this kind of listening. But let's just talk about the hand positions for a second. The feet, I'm not going to show you here either, but feet again. See, in the martial arts, like in Wing Chun, for example, we have this center line, a line down the middle of the body, center line, in line with your spine. Providing your spine is not a complete zigzag, letter Z, Z, or X, right? Providing you have not been mangled so that your spine resembles a pretzel through MMA, ground and pound, whatever, or through years of having someone's crutch sitting on your face. Doesn't make any sense to me. No matter how muscly you are, no matter how many expressive tattoos and sweat and blood and tears and how many beards you've got on your face and how loud you are and what your private life is, which you advertise. But the point is, you want to keep humble and be a normal, calm human being. Okay, so they've got this, as I say, all jokes aside, we have this center line down the center of the body. And sometimes the body is slightly on the side and my hips will slightly turn. So one's in front, one's back. Same for my shoulders. Then I have my elbows which raise. My elbows raise and the wrists follow. And the wrists raise and then my fingers are following. See? So when my elbow moves out and then it brings the arm up, the wrist follows. And then I can go all the way to the fingers if I want. It's like a piece of cloth. See? And this is what you kind of see in Tai Chi training. But it's the structure, okay? We have horizontal lines, vertical lines, in and out lines, and then we have swinging around motions as well. Okay? And we have straight in and out, as I said. And we have the twisting of these hips. So when I'm twisting, like this kind of motion from here, twisting, right? Sometimes the body's completely on the side, The body may be completely on the side, like this, but it's not usually very good. You want to have a center line here. You take a step back, and we're facing here like a guard with two hands up, this per circle, like this. For example, my knee turns in slightly. My two knees are facing diagonal, kind of, more or less. Okay. The back knees on the diagonal, could be on the side, like an L shape with your feet. But I'm keeping them both diagonal here. I can bend my knees slightly. Okay, small, not too wide and not too low necessarily. Depends. I can have this front foot facing forward if I want, but for now it's turning in. The knee guards the center line. My knee guards my center line, and my hands are here. The elbows are not out, they're here. So I'm just giving you a basic understanding of a basic kind of stance we can have in fighting, in martial arts in general. You can find this in karate, you can find this in different kinds of kung fu. I'm not exclusively going to Wing Chun, because Wing Chun we have, proper stance, which is basically the same, but similar, but I'm just explaining it. So now we understand this thing. Now, in Wing Chun, in Yung Chun, and a lot of Kung Fu, we talk about two hands helping each other. We can train to be good with one hand, but two hands help each other to defend and protect yourself, right? But what I'm going to do in this video is I've been talking too much now already. But I'm going to show you some positioning of the hands very slowly, very calm, very not like, not like full blast power punching and all, and not that, no. And just listening to positioning, okay? So let me show you some basic blocks. If someone's going to hit my body, okay, and I do this kind of motion here, where I'm bringing my hand over, I don't want to bring my elbow up like this. My elbows are a good guard. It's like boxing. If someone hits my body, I can bring my elbow into cover, see? And always move my elbows, and the elbows are covering my body and my rib cage and all that here. And my hands can punch it. But let's imagine I'm using my hand, okay? So my elbow's kind of moving in with it. So like this. I can turn to, going to hit my face, do the same thing. I parry. I can move slightly. Or here, this hand's back here. All right. But in Wing Chun, we usually have our two hands on the center like this. Okay? Now, the elbow, like this back hand here, this elbow is not touching my body. It's about a fist and a half, or whatever they say, there's space between your body. Okay? And this is here. You just simply place the wrist softly there, like you're resting on top of something. And the fingers are not facing forward like this, or completely. Sometimes they're up like this, straight, or sometimes they're just relaxed like this, just relaxed. Okay. And this hand's in front. And this, so one's here by the elbow and one's here, okay? When you're standing here just normally with your feet about shoulder width apart, remember, you can bend your knees slightly and then tuck them towards each other. Your feet can be just outside of the shoulder width, or it can be shoulder width. But you bend your knees in towards each other. Your toes are facing the front. And then you sit back, with your back straight, like you're sitting on a stool. That's the basic stance. Sometimes with the hand up like this, the front hand. And sometimes with the fingers together and the thumbs in like this. Sometimes open, okay? And the same for when you're like this on the center. Now, what does it look like? Let me show you what it looks like. If I'm standing like this, what does it look like? It looks like I'm holding a sword, right, like this. A katana sword, like a samurai sword. See? Here. So when I take a step forward, and another thing, when I do take a step forward, I'm bending my knees. Naturally, my feet are not crossing lines. They're still on those rails, per se, like shoulder width apart, I would say. Or waist width, shoulder width apart. Taking a step forward, my hands are here. I'm not going to go like this, but it's like I'm holding a sword. I'm not reaching out too far. Keeping the elbow close to my body, but not touching. And this elbow is absolutely close, not exactly, but it's close to my center. And the hands are on the center, my center line, in line with my spine. Okay, back straight as possible, just not rigid, but that's the basic stance, okay? I'm just loosening up, hold on. Okay, but yeah, when I'm standing there, I put my hands in front like this. My shoulders should be very relaxed. Okay, my shoulders. So I'm not going to be like this, okay? No. Relax your shoulders. Very calm. Okay, very calm. Once you've loosened up and stuff and you're ready, just relax, okay? And just stand here and then just take a step forward and do that. So what happens is, as I step forward and I place my foot flat on the ground, feet are flat on the ground, okay, both feet. I'm on that line, like train track rails where my feet are standing parallel, okay? But I take a step forward and I turn my feet diagonally facing that way. So if my right foot's forward, it's facing a little bit inward, and my left foot naturally, the toes are also facing in that same direction, to the left. So my hands are in front here. And what I do is I bend my back leg more. So both legs are bent. So the knees are coming in and they're kind of coming together, but it's like protecting my center line with my knee. So my knee kind of covers this center line from the top of my head all the way through my spine to the ground. imagining there's a point now just below me there, and I'm there. And notice what I do with my shoulders. I still keep my shoulders to face the front. Okay, and here. Okay, here. So more weight on the back leg. It can be 70 on the front leg, 30 on the back leg, they say, roughly. Sometimes you can have more, whatever, but more weight on the back leg. Okay, it's more of a stable base, but you just can keep normal, or you can just be normal, just stand normally like this. Okay, just bend your knees a little bit, both evenly if you wish to. That's fine. Okay. Now what I'm showing you is my shoulders here. When I'm stepping, it's like that. See here, but I can also step and just be on the side slightly, a little bit diagonal here. See, now my shoulders are kind of not on the side, not on the front, but diagonal here. I can put this hand like this here. The fingers position, okay, of this is going to reach your neck height, okay, about here. Okay, not too low. Sometimes you can adjust this, you can be higher or lower. But you don't want to cover your eyes' vision. So when I'm here, I can just turn, even in this position, with guard, you see, will change here. I don't want to be like this, I want to come in and change naturally. Or just be here, but be ready, understanding the position. Okay? And moving with it. And I take a step back or forward, my hands are going to adjust. I don't want to be like this, crossed up. The left leg is in forward, my left hand is in forward. And this hand's here now. Not leaning, but see, putting weight on the back leg more so. Okay, so when I do this technique, if I'm stepping forward, I don't want to walk into a punch. You can engage and guard against his hand and strike. But I want to make sure that I'm defending. If I can run away and escape, good. If I can just stand here and fight, then good. If I have to move to the side a little bit, step with your left foot and then bring your right foot across, or step with your right foot and bring your left foot across as I parry per se, or come out with the outer block. You can do that. If I'm turning, I'm circle stepping, there's many different things you can do, and different movements and steps you can take too. But the point I'm trying to show you here is the positioning of the hands in Wing Chun, okay, in Wing Chun. So we've got the two hands, mostly, okay, but you can use this in other things too. Like if I show you, for example, White Crane, in White Crane Fist, we have techniques like this, where we're blocking out with the wings of the bird. We have circles like this, and with the tiger too, tiger movements. Even with Tai Chi, we have like round movements coming out like this. You see big movements like this, or slightly bigger, right? Or blocking against the swing. Someone's going to throw a swing. So these are big movements on the outside, you see. And this kind of thing. We've got the crane here, which is like primarily with the hips and the shoulders, so I can block out, see? I can come to my center too. I can use the same like Wing Chun principles. So coming here, blocking, do this, two hands. I can do this kind of motion, sweeping away, sweeping and catching. I'm doing them very softly here in this video, like very calmly, just to show you. Usually I would have a bit more spring in it, even though it's soft. But the tiger, again, similar thing, like coming here, so I can open up, block low, so whatever it's going to be here, and different stance work as well coming in. And I like to flow these together. Excuse me. But the thing is, excuse me. But with the Wing Chun system, okay, which is Wing Chun, when you do this system, when you have this system, you understand very much so the center line, okay? Now, when we do like a straight blasting punch, it is coming straight forward. Okay, it's not just rolling, it's coming straight forward to the chest or the head. So it could be rolling over, but it's going straight forward like that. Still finishing by the elbow here. And I punch. This is a guard. And I punch here to the head, even the same thing. This is a guard. If he brings my hand and blocks my hand, or if he pulls my hand, this is going to be a guard ready to stop. I'm not going to be waiting here. I stop it beforehand. Sometimes my hands will move out a little bit with chops and things, or I might move to even with natural walking and stuff, moving around and things, whatever it's going to be, like that different kind of movements. I'm not going to show you so much here because there's a lot of techniques in Wing Chun, but what I'm saying is you can maneuver slightly and do these like chopping blocks and chops to block two on the side. So you can do that. You block within this circle of defense, as I say, right here and around here. So you don't want to be covering your face. You want to be making sure you're protecting within this circle, and you've got your hands on the center, like a sword, like a gun almost, or a shotgun. So facing the opponent, so it's like that. So, and then we're coming in. So whether I'm coming with a palm strike, see, and coming in, or here, straight palm strikes to the face, the palm, the heel of the palm, or a punch to the body, or the face, or a palm to the body. This palm is not locked straight, and neither is the punch. It's a bit of an arc when you do it. And I've got this here, the bottom of the arm is here. So as I'm coming, I'm soaring, kind of, so here, or placing, or soaring, or like stabbing. It's like a sword, right? It's like coming in. If you had a sword, you'd be piercing, you'd be slicing, or you'd be chopping, or you'd be a bit of both. So I place my hand, but very relaxed, soft, placing my hands here. When I throw a punch, when I throw a palm, I know that this is not going to go flying out my elbow. This is here. Because all of this is a thing that can defend me. If someone's going to hit my body, I can cover. Like that tiger, like that crane, even like Taiji when you do the circles, it's the same thing. So I'm coming in, small movement, even outer blocks. He's going to hit me here. My elbow's here. I open up, and his hand is here now, and my hands are on my center still. I open. This is facing, not covering my face, just here, not too low either. This is just a back guard, like a monk, almost obviously, like that. And this is here in front, and the hands here, and this is here, see, like this or like this. But I'm opening him up. I don't need to go over here a mile away. I just go here. Necessarily, I could turn if I want to and come in. I'm here, and I can strike down the center anywhere with these techniques. I can open up like this. Open two. If he's going to push me, two. Block down. I can do all that stuff. I can block out. But the point is, I'm just here, and this is the center. Okay, I can turn a little bit and come in, whatever it's going to be. Turning in, I can turn. Yes, I can turn a little bit. When I'm turning, I will turn, and my knees will turn in as I'm turning on my feet ever so slightly, and my body turns a little bit, but I'm not far away. I face the center here. Sometimes I might be blocking with my elbow too, as I say, like that, blocking. But usually we keep the elbows down. I might want to turn with my elbow and block a different way, but I'm not showing every technique in this video. But you turn, and your knees now are on like 70 on this side, more weight on this side. But the knees tucked in to protect your center. So come in there. And here, see. But your hands are always facing the center. Now what I'm saying is when you've got if you've got the idea that you're going to block down like this with your hand, you could block down with your wrist like this. If someone's going to hit my body and I parry down like this, I don't want to follow his hand or parry and follow over there. Because he just lets it go. It's a long way to come back, and someone hit me in the face before I come back up to protect it. So I'm moving my wrist. Okay? I'm moving my wrist. Let me just pour my coffee, hold on. Gotta pour my Shaolin coffee, yeah? So let me get to it. What I'm trying to say is, with the hands in position, you just listen to my voice and what I'm showing you. If I'm facing my opponent in this direction, and the person can be hit, let's say I'm standing here, or on the side position. If I block like this, it's a long way if my shoulder is far back. No matter how I block, whether I parry block to the side and someone will punch me and I move across, or someone will hit my body and I block down, someone will hit high, whether I block up and I hit low, whatever it's going to be, out, hit, However, it's going to be up, down, left or right, in, out, up, down. Just stopping in the centre here. The point is, if my shoulders are more turned, it's a longer way back for any kind of martial arts punches. Like in karate, you might be like this, and you do a punch coming in, and you've got that power, right? Like from the hips and stuff, like this kind of thing, yeah? Same way. Or in boxing, you've got this motion and this power. And twisting and all that, yes, the twisting comes through power. But the point is, we want to keep it simple in Wing Chun especially. And this is a good guarding position, but you have to keep moving in. Put your body power in and your spine power in and everything. So usually we face with the two, and this is for a defensive purpose, we use both shoulders facing the front usually. And what I'm doing is, let me show you, I'm standing here. Okay, if someone's going to hit my body and I parry down, blocking it, block it from the other side. So if he's going to hit with that arm, I do this hand. If he hits with this side, I also use this side, okay? If you're going to hit my face, I parry across. I'm not going to bring his hand down. I might go up a little bit like a guard like that and hit low. You can do that. If he's going to hit my body, I may also come out or in or across. But that's the basic things. For the body, you're going across, either out or in with the forearm or here, or jamming, as I say too, stopping it or absorbing it, or parrying down like that, parrying, or stopping it. You're just stopping it in the point or moving left or right or moving down. But you're not going to go up, obviously. And for the high ones, same thing, you're blocking high, across, or out, or stopping, or up. But you're not going to bring it down. So the low one you're not going to bring up, and the high one you're not going to bring down. Does that make sense? Okay? And you're using your elbows also and your forearms and wrists to guard, and the hands are free to strike. You can grab, but you don't have to always grab. You can make small circular movements, but you don't have to make big ones necessarily, or move miles away. You just guard within that space and use peripheral vision. Don't be looking around. Okay? It takes training and practice with people, so you don't need to think. Just like when you play tennis or whatever, or ping pong, you get reaction in your hand speed. But first, we must understand the movement, motion, and the position, like we said earlier. So we must understand each point and how we're going to get to each point. And then the exercises needed, of course, to have strength in each point, and then be able to develop more strength throughout the flow of the movement into the points, which is why people train Tai Chi and forms slowly. Okay, but you have to train slowly before you can go fast. You see, you must be able to relax into your power before you can really feel what is power. You know what I'm trying to say? And have power, not just give up when you see power, which is not a true understanding. Seeing is believing, but feeling is the truth, right? So the Tao is in your body, the Tao is in life. Okay, now, what we're saying here, okay, is this. If someone's going to hit my body and I'm just facing the front and just standing here, just normally, I'm not even in a fighting stance or anything like that, I'm just here. Someone goes to hit, I block before it comes. Okay? I'm not going to block a mile too early or too late. He nearly got me. I'm going to be right in the middle there. Good timing. I can roll my hands like this. Okay? Rolling even like this. The same as when we do the Wing Chun techniques like that, so blocking. And notice what happened. My elbows are slightly out. They're not completely in the middle, of course. But I'm bringing my elbows close to guard. I can move a little bit with my body if I need to use my elbows to guard. This, okay, when he goes to hit my body, I don't want to block my own hand. I have my hands here. This one's behind here, right? So when I block down, this one can strike him in the face. See? I can come straight through. I'm not going to block down and hit my own arm down. So I'm not going to do block and then think, okay, where's my other hand now? I'm going to lift it up. Here. I'm going to do a swing. It might be good, but when I do this, he can come in first and hit me there with his other hand. So if I'm on the inside, we have in Kung Fu, we have the outside line, which is here and here, and we have the inside, which is the center line. The inside is between your two shoulders, and two hips, right? The outside, the side. So someone hitting my outside, they're going to hit my side of my face, neck, rib cage, We've got the torso, the higher area. We've got the high and the middle, of course, and the groin, and then we have the lower, which is the legs. Don't show your back to an opponent. Don't put yourself between two dangers, like blocking against one hand and then his other hand hits me. We usually say, which is why I don't usually do an inner block from here to block the other hand, because the other hand can hit me. I also don't want to stand in between two lanes of traffic or two different dangers, a circle of fire. I don't want to stand in between two opponents or two groups. I want to make sure, if I'm a soldier, for example, the wall's behind me. I'm not going to fall off the cliff, am I? Staircase, walk into traffic or fire. No, I'm going to make sure that I can see all of my opponents in front of me. I'm not going to be in the middle of the crowd when they're coming from all angles to attack me. And don't show your back to an open door. My teacher said, don't put your hand in the tiger's mouth. And two hands help each other. The tiger system, like mother and son. That's what she. Okay, but yeah, back to what I'm saying. Okay, so we need to know with an enhanced awareness around us in Kung Fu training, not just see in front of me with my eyes and talk about what I think I know. We have to have better listening, and we must know this place even when we are not seeing it in one way. We need to have more ways of vision, you see, kind of, so to speak. Distance gauging, speed, everything, okay, accuracy, momentum. So it's a mirror. So we see ourselves in similarities and differences in the world and the actions around of other people around us. We see where we are, our position, and we know, we can feel ourselves, we know what we're doing or what we're not doing. We know what is not us, and the light shows the dark, and the dark shows absence of light, and the shadows show the direction of the powerful sunlight, okay? Temperatures, health is all one, okay? The star, people need to follow the stars and like learn, the direction of where they're going, things like that, you know. So there's a lot of this kind of study, even in medicine and things, you know, in history, okay. It's wisdom and knowledge. Now, when I block with my hand, if someone's going to hit my body and I block here, I want to make sure I come straight through. Meaning, okay, if I block here and my hand's going to hit to the face, my elbow's still kind of out. That's no good. I want to make sure that my hands are like this. Say, look, here. So when this hand's blocking, this hand comes straight through the center here. In, and then it comes out to punch, or in, and then palming. So if I bring my elbows across, if I block here, this comes in the middle, let's say between the center of my arm. If I have my wrist here and my elbow, like sometimes we have this kind of block jamming with the elbow. Like if I'm punching and you pull my arm down, I can block with my elbow, right? If the other hand's not ready to free to help, okay? See, but what I'm trying to say is, if this hand comes on the center here, through the middle, it's really coming from the center, from my spine here, my core in the center here. With the elbow moving, the elbow comes in, and now the wrist can follow here. I don't want to go too high, because now you can block that high and hit. It's got to come in towards the opponent here, and then from here, see, and then place it. So when this hand comes down now, when this hand comes over and blocks, this hand can come through. See, it can be a fist like this, punching. It can be a back fist coming over. It can be slightly on the angle like this, diagonal here or across. You can be here, but you want to make sure to keep that elbow in and the shoulders down and back and relaxed, okay, as much as possible. And the hands are there to protect your forearms. You can move out to protect yourself anytime, and your hands to protect, right? Power, but it's like here, you block, and this can come straight through, or to the face, back fist, palming, soft, and then that last moment, see, So this comes. Now you notice that I'm not doing this, like I'm not putting like a straightforward crane here, or the outer one. When I'm coming in, when I put my hands there, okay, I'm placing my hand like this, down, and the hands are kind of across, so it's coming across, and the elbow is naturally coming out a little bit. But I don't want to be exaggerating. It's not an elbow strike either coming in, okay, which you can also do high and low, ribs or face, head. I'm saying I'm blocking, like cupping the hand, it's coming here down, and then from here now, this is coming straight in like my sword, see, through between both my shoulders on the inside to the body or to the face. Yeah. Now when I come down, I'm not going to make a big motion like that, opening the window so he comes and hits me, or trapping myself up. It's like here, boom, and then wrap. I'm not going to trap my own hand. I'm going to block his hand down. He's going to hit me with this hand, so I block with this hand. Some of that hand. I block, strike, and then he comes to hit me. I can block down here. So I'm constantly rolling. See, I can come out and palm strike out, or chop out with the edge if I want to. Come forward, striking, and blocking with my arms too, catching his hands. He's going to hit me here. I can block here, and twist back in and block if I want to. But the point is, my hands are here. Okay, and I'm not going to put my fingers forward. I'm just here. Because it protects my fingers. So I'm moving them away from the opponent here. So cupping here. This is going to strike here. Okay. I could come back out and block out easily. See? Here. If you're going to hit me again in my face, I can parry across. You see? So I can go out. I can parry block to the side. Out again. I can come down with my wrist. Or just bring the hand, cupping with the hand. Blocking against his hit when he comes to hit me. Or just blocking here. See, I can block with two if I wish to. Open up here, palm, okay, here. But I'm palming, I'm blocking, and I'm coming in the center and striking here. And then when I come back through, see, this is reaching out forward more so, right? This is more closer to my body. This one's coming forward a little bit, not straight, but here. And then as it comes back down, it comes down and it comes closer to me. I'm not going to be like this a mile away. Close blocking and striking forward, looking forward the whole time. I'm just checking the camera. Okay? This is the natural way to protect the center. Okay? Okay? So we're just really looking at some basic techniques here. Okay? Here. Okay, see, from this side now, as I'm turning, I'm not going to raise my shoulder. I'm going to be relaxed. As I turn, see from here, here, here. Now if someone's going to really attack, if I come back to the guard again, just come back to like a natural guard, not too far out, not too close, here, and I'm striking. If someone does come to hit on the outside, I can open up like this. I can do this and hit, see, here. Okay, I can do this. So I'm going to throw a swing, I can block on the side like this, on the angle, and strike. And do this kind of motion, see, like here, when I'm stepping, they work too, 1, 2, see, I can come back here to a strike, or here, and here. If I'm on the side angle slightly here, I can also do it like this, slightly on the angle here, I can do this, it works, okay, well here, see, but these are just basics, I'll just help you understand. If someone's going to hit my face here, I can parry, and palm strike to his gut here, or punch like this, or straight punch. Not completely straight, just like blasting in, or to the face too, here. And I'm moving. I can even turn a little bit like that if I want to into it. See? These are some techniques I can do. And when I do these kind of motions here, I can also cover 2 of his arms and strike here. Cover 2 arms, there we go. I can also keep my elbow, move the elbow and circle with the wrist and scoop his arm away and come for a strike or an inner chop if we're doing this kind of motion here. You see, okay? Coming out again and then coming here. See, this kind of a motion. The hands still facing on the center. I can turn this way too, using the elbow to guide. So this is a higher block here coming out. A different motion, okay? But the basic technique here I'm trying to show you is, after you've cupped it or after you've blocked down, you can strike straight in. You can also scoop it away, or use your whole arm like a sword and come out here, blocking here. You can even come to the side and grab his arm and strike to the gut, or just with the hands like a crane wing striking. Or to the top. You don't always have to do a swing, even though they're powerful. I can parry and throw a big swing. I can grab from the side, move to the side and throw a swing. But you want to remember to come straight as possible. So if I'm turning, coming straight like this. I'm not making a big motion like a chop like this, coming in, cutting that space very quickly. From underneath here, if he blocks my hand, if he blocks it, I can take that and come again. Take his hand down or take his wrist, or his wrist or his elbow, close range. I can bring his hand from here, grab it, the outside of his elbow here, or his wrist, pull him into a punch, sink back on that. I can parry back down here. I can throw a chop. So I block and chop. He blocks my elbow, my chop with a inner block here. Bam. I know where his hand is. Now I can kind of let go and strike another area, or take that and move again. This circle stepping is very important too, right? Stepping to the side. On the front here, or even just like this, I know I can step slightly to the side and bring my foot away and adjust my angle just to face him. So no matter what, I've still got my sword facing him, so to speak. And this is what we train in Bagua as well. Okay? It doesn't matter what you do, karate, boxing, whatever, it's all kind of the same kind of alignment. You're facing an opponent, or you're facing here, you've got your alignment, right? And you've got the lower areas and the higher areas in terms of hand-to-hand combat. I can open up and strike different areas on the outside here and fight from the inside. See? Bam, I can block up high, hit low. See here, hit low. Or block up high, so block down, or block low, see, and hit high. Same thing like we did the tiger before in another video I showed you. Same thing. Just placing the hand on the center and coming through naturally. You know, on that center line. Practice walking around naturally. Just moving your hands like this. Like this there. Not raising the shoulders. Relax the shoulders. Here. Place. Move and place. Move and place. Out. Outer block here. Outer block. See, from outside, underneath this arm. Out. Out. In. In. As I'm moving, I'm stepping and moving my hands naturally. Locking down. Here. 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 Here, see? Here. Blocking against his elbow. Bring his elbow down. Palm strike, or bring his wrist if it's that close to range, this different range. Palms. Block it down. This hand's ready for a strike. Maybe I don't strike, but it's just here. Now somebody else is going to hit me from here. I just open up like this. And then palm strike from here. Or one blocking against his wrist, one's on his elbow. I can do a circle motion here. I can step in like Taiji, see? Here. From here, block. Here. I can even pull if he's going in that direction. He might be coming in really close. I might have to do this kind of a technique. See? From here. Or I might block it and step in with my elbow strike. Now to the front of the body. It could be to the face using the flat part. To the side is the elbow. The point, sorry. I might do a close range blocking like that. So the elbow's coming up. So you can see there are many motions and basic points. If I show you slowly like this, then you might want to understand. We can talk about using your knees and throwing all kinds of funky kicks and stuff, but we're not doing that in this video. In this video, I'm just trying to show you some very basic concepts. You have the softness of the wrists, circular motion, okay. They even have an exercise with the yin-yang where you make like a yin-yang shape with your palm, and I've seen that done before as well. You know, see, this kind of shape, you know, to learn how to block. See, and here I can block down, I can block up, I can block out, I can do this kind of stuff, big movement if I want to. You know, I can do all this kind of big movement if I want to. And make sure you're nice and loosen up. As I said, today I've not done my workout yet, so I just literally woke up. I've still not made my coffee either. You know. But when you're nice and loosened up, you can do a lot of good training. So these principles are very, very important. You know? So to protect the inside and the outside lines and the close distance. The further away you are from the opponent, the better. You don't need to fight then, you know. Someone's going to hit me, I block. With my hands or my wrists blocking. So, I push him from far away. No, I have to engage, come in. I don't want to lose balance. I want to make sure I'm centered, rooted into how I'm standing, whether it's a wide, low stance or a small stance. Still bending the knees with some base, with the core. Having a turning if I need to here to face, but not exaggerating. We have these ball techniques like in Tai Chi. Yeah. And not for the sake of doing the move. I must know the placement of my elbows here. Okay, so if it's a low elbow, there's a reason, because it's going to defend low. If it's a higher elbow, there's a reason, because I'm trying to raise the wrist, and I'm using all of this, the hand positioning and angling to defend myself against the opponent's movement. And if he's grabbing on, pushing with full power, I learn to absorb and be soft and absorb the space. If he's coming in, absorb it. See? Coming in here, I'll move and absorb that. I feel his energy going up, I'll raise his elbow up, and I hit high. See? If I block down low, it's because his hand's already going low, but I turn to get it off the line of fire. Passing me, but then not coming back 1, 2. It's like 1, 2, see? I parry slightly to the side and then through. Down and then here. I might block out up here and then strike. So, see? I might roll over, blocking down and then striking. I might step back into a guard, or just like that. See? It's all natural. On the side, blocking here. You can come hit me. It might be a swing, it might be a straight punch kind of thing, but I move a little bit, or just here, by blocking. Here, or this is a guard too, and it's here. I can block down. If I waste both my hands, you might hit high. If I block high, 2 hands blocking like that or like that, he could hit me low. So better to make my body become like one sword, where I'm always angled on one sword. It's my whole body and my one arm. So I can block and come into the point. Lock in with the edge and coming in with the point. And this hand's just a guard. And my whole arm, my 2 arms, 2 legs and my feet become one sword. We are one sword. So coming in. That's what we are doing, but with less motion. He is falling into the edges and points of it. As he's grabbing me or coming to hit, I just cut the angle, so my edge of my sword is cutting wherever's coming. And the point, he's just walking straight into it. That's basically what we're doing in Kung Fu training. Self-defense is most important, and health. Train hard and stay safe. Thank you for listening. I'm a lifelong practitioner. I like to share what I know, just basics. Do exercise. More exercise is very important. And stay positive in yourself always, and sane and calm.